Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram, where we let the sparks fly. We are coming to you live from the Good News Radio here in the land of Los Angeles. Yes, indeed. Hey, it's officially hoodie season, y'all. Okay, so you better bundle up and get warm because it's about that time. Yes, it is. But today is Thursday, October 13th. This is episode 22 titled The Breakdown. Chiney Ogwumike. That's right. It's Chiney's turn to get her Spark Player breakdown. Okay, last week we had a guard. Okay, so now we got to bring it back to the bigs. Okay, that's what we got to do for today. All right, but before we get started, I have to pay my respects and say RIP to the legend of our LeBeau. Okay, LeBeau passed on Monday at the age of 97. All right, he was a staple in this radio industry. And so it's only right that I acknowledge him. So RIP to the legend of Art LeBeau. All right, folks. So we have so much to cover today. So let's jump right on into it with the breakdown. All right. So for our third Spark Player breakdown, it is going to be, as I said, none other than Chiney Ogwumike. Yes, indeed. Chiney makes up one half of the Ogwumike sisters on this Spark squad. And just before we get started, just a little breakdown. Just a little background on Chiney really quickly. So Chiney, she is a 6'3" forward slash center for the LA Sparks. She is 5 years into the league. She was the number one pick out of Stanford in 2014. She was drafted by the Connecticut Sun. Okay. And she was also the rookie of the year in 2014. She also made the all rookie team in 2014 as well. She also made the all-star team in 2014 and she made the all-star team in 2018. She was then traded to the LA Sparks in 2019 for a 2020 first round pick where she joined her sister, Nneka Ogwumike. So they were reunited and it felt so good because they played together in college at Stanford. So they were reunited here in the pros on the Sparks. Okay. She is also a commentator and broadcaster for NBA Countdown on ESPN, which we will get into a little bit more later. Okay. So let's see. How did Chiney do this season? Okay. So in this past 22 season with the Sparks, Chiney, she averaged 7 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and she averaged 18.4 minutes in 26 games. Okay, she went 54% from the floor and shot 46.4% from three. She also shot 70.6% from the line. And according to Spot Track, in 2021, Chiney signed a 2-year, $229,392 contract extension. Okay, with the Sparks through the 2022 season. All right, so this salary included an average salary of $114,695. All right, so she is now an unrestricted free agent for the 2023 season. Now, looking at these stats overall, it was an okay year for Chiney in her third year with the Sparks. These are actually some of the lowest numbers that she has posted in her career. Now, granted, she was coming off of an injury, okay, because last season in 2021, she only played 7 games due to injury. So it was good to see her back out there, but she averaged exactly the same number of points this year as she did last year, which was 7 points even. Okay, so she played 7 games in 2021 and she played 26 games in 2022. All right, and she still averaged the same number of points. So in her rookie season, she averaged 15 and a half points and 8.5 rebounds per game, which was a career best for her. And that earned her Rookie of the Year honors. So we know what Chiney is capable of. Okay, now, as far as what she did well in this season, Okay, we got to look at her positives first. Okay, so listen, here's what I saw. Shanae hustles. Okay, she rebounds. She has that sister to sister connection with Nneka Ogwumike. Okay, she's not afraid to shoot, especially when she's open. She has nice handoff passes, and she can even play the role of point forward from time to time. Yes, she can. So let's check out some of Chiney Ogwumike's highlights from this past season. Okay, we're going to start it off with her pushing the ball up the floor, playing the role of point forward. All right, let's check out Chiney real quick right here. Roll the tape.
Here's Austin, left open, puts it on the deck. Oh, sent away. Liz Cambage with the block. First missed shot of the night for the Mystics. They made their first 4. Lexi Brown transition through.
Yes, indeed. So as you can see, this was one of the top Chiney highlights of the season. Look at her pushing the ball up the floor, making plays. Okay, and I remember in post game, she declared herself to be a point forward, and she said that she will continue to be comfortable in that space. All right, listen, continue to talk your talk. Okay, talk your stuff, Chiney. Go ahead and do it. And something that cannot be denied is that sister connection that she has with Nneka. All right, check this out right here. Roll the tape.
Sir, maybe get us. I'm a medium. You're a medium. I need a couple pieces with Chicago.
Look at that. Look at that. She found her with ease. Listen, she finds her sister right there at the right time. That's perfect timing. And a sister connection is something that you just can't replace. It cannot be replaced. All right. Now we're going to check out one of Chiney's best games of the season. And this was when the Sparks played the Dream at home on July 21st. And LA got the dub this game. And this is when Chiney scored a season high of 15 points and grabbed 7 rebounds. Okay, and she shot a season high of 7 for 12 from the field. Okay, but check out how Chiney, she comes in and she just hustles for the putback.
Brown. Chiney coming out of nowhere.
Chiney Ogwumike has out-hustled and out-efforted everyone.
Listen, you heard Ross. She said that, listen, Chiney out-hustled and out-efforted everybody right there. And she literally came out of nowhere. Everybody was just watching the play. Everybody just watching. Chiney's like, oh, no, that's mine. I'm going to get that. So she catches everybody slipping. And there are going to be quite a few highlights of her from this Atlanta game, too. Okay? Because she was just outstanding. Okay? But check out this other putback by Chiney.
Here's Lou lining up a 3. Can't get it.
Look at her.
Listen. For the offensive.
Listen, Chiney, she goes out and gets it. Okay. And that's another putback. She just went over all those players right there. All right. And listen, but Chiney said, I'm not done here. I'm not done. Check me out with my own putback of my own shot.
Chiney gets Cheyenne Parker up in the air, attacks, misses, follows her own.
Listen, Chiney said, not only do I hustle for putbacks on other people's shots, but listen, I go and get my own buckets off my own shots as well. As you can see, she had like a kind of a weird shot right there, but she was able to go in and still put that back right where it belonged, okay, in the basket. And something else that I really like from Chiney is the fact that she's not afraid to shoot. Okay, she's like, give me the rock and I'm going to put it up. For instance, right here, a dish from Slim.
Sykes with the ball. Sparks down by 9. Chiney is straight away 3.
Straight away.
Right on cue.
Chiney is a stretch 4. Okay, she can open up that middle for you. It's what she can do. Okay, and also check out this other 3 from Jordan right here to Chiney.
Cross court to Canada. Chiney lines up a 3. She gets it. Chiney Ogwumike.
Another one. Okay, but see, Chiney, she also gets it done down low. Okay, check her out right here. Right, getting to the basket.
Chiney, the up and under, high off the glass against Mom Premier.
Shanae with the up and under. She gets it done down low as well with a nice move right there. Okay. And also, I mentioned her handoff passes. She can easily find the shooters on the floor. Check it out right here when her handoff pass to Lexi.
Shanae hands it off to Lexi. She heaves one up, and that one falls.
She said, Lexi, here you go. Shoot that. Shoot that, Lexi. Okay, and right here, she finds Katie Lou, another shooter on the team. Check her out.
Katie Lou. She gets the three.
Listen, Shanae said right here, Katie, here you go. Shoot that. So she can hand it off to the shooters for some open looks. Okay, so as you can see, Shanae, she has some really nice highlights right there for this 2022 season. Now, of course, with highlights come lowlights. Okay, and on Sparks Weekly, we got to keep it balanced. We got to keep it balanced. So we look at the positives of a player as well as the negatives, okay, of a player. So some of Shanae's lowlights are that she's not very effective at protecting the paint on the defensive end. So she allows players to blow by her, and sometimes she gets lost on switches. Okay, so right here, Kimbra, she kind of blew by Shanae on this play right here. I'm gonna show you. Exactly what I'm talking about right here.
Mystics were here. They coughed it up so much. The Sparks were able to build a huge lead.
Walker Kimbrough, the floater over the out.
Okay, so right here, Shanae doesn't really slide her feet. Okay, so she doesn't.
Mystics were here.
So
they
right here,
it up so much.
So right here out the switch.
The Sparks.
Okay, so Shanae, so Kimbrough sees. Okay, no one's on me. So
but
right here, Shanae, she has her arms out, but she's backing up instead of sliding over. Okay, so she should have slid over to the left so she can cut off Kimbrough from driving to the basket. But instead, she just backs up and just allows an open lane for Kimbrough to the basket right there.
Walker Kimbrough, the floater over the
So right there, she didn't really make much of an effort to cut her off from getting to the basket, which gave her a wide open lane. So she just needs to slide her feet a little bit more and work on cutting off the defenders driving to the basket. So she's a big, so she has to work on protecting the rim better. Okay, and here is another play where Shanae doesn't necessarily cut off Elena Deladon right here. Okay,
Cloud looking to push in transition. Deladon going baseline off glass. Nice job to avoid the charge there.
Yeah, so same thing right here with EDD. All right, so
Cloud looking to push.
So right here she comes up
in transition,
but she just allows her to go by. She doesn't take her right foot and cut off that lane right there. Okay, so she gives Elena Deladon a wide open lane. She doesn't slide her feet and cut it off right there. So she should have forced Elena Deladon to the baseline. Okay,
Deladon going baseline off glass. Nice job to avoid the charge there.
So yeah, she didn't force it to the baseline. She got, she was able to just get an easy deuce right there. All right. And right here, okay, basically the same thing in the same spot from a different player.
Personal for herself and knew that the WNBA game would translate well for Howard as it has as Parker.
Okay, that's going to be another one. But this one right here, I'm going to replay it. So this is where she actually just let Parker get by on her down low.
Personal for herself and knew that.
So right here, she has her hands up, and she just allows her to go right around her.
Played well for Howard as it has as Parker.
Okay, so Parker was right under the basket, and she just easily goes around Shanae. Okay, that's easy money, and so players just seem a little too comfortable going right around Shanae. All right, but here, let's see. Yeah. So where's my Ari McDonald? Here we go. Check out the Ari McDonald right here. Basically in the same spot that Elena Deladon was able to drive past her.
McDonald attacking against Shanae. Off glass, the bucket, and the foul. Ari McDonald now starts.
So this was in the exact same spot that EDD blew by Shanae, and Ari was able to do the exact same thing. Now Ari is a guard. Okay, so of course she is going to be a little quicker on her feet, but Shanae could still give a little more effort in trying to cut off the baseline. You at least got to make that effort. All right. So that's something that we need to work on for sure. For sure. Let me see. There's another play right here where EDD actually scores on Shanae. All right here.
Fred Williams talked about being the first team to get inside the bonus, right? And Sparks more free throw attempts in that first half, 7 and 8 compared to 6.
So we're gonna replay this real quick. So
Fred Williams talked about being the first team to get inside the bonus, right?
So right here, Shanae tries to front the post, okay, on Deladon, but she wasn't able to get a hand on the ball. And as you can see, Ariel Atkins, she just throws it over the top.
Sparks more free throw attempts in that first half, 7 and 8 compared to 6.
And there's no help defender. Okay, so that's an easy 2 for Deladon down low. All right, and right here is where Shanae gets lost on the switch. All right, right here.
Deladon with the ball, 9 points on the night. Clark thought about the 3, puts it on the deck, wide open lane for her, and she takes advantage.
So Shanae isn't really good off the switches. So instead of picking up, I'm gonna show you.
9 points.
Okay, so right here she's guarding Deladon right here
on the night,
and so she Deladon hands it off to Clark. So Shanae actually runs into Katie Lou right here, her own teammate. Okay, instead of picking up Parker right there. Parker sees, Parker right here is licking her chops. She's saying, oh my goodness, there is a wide open lane. No one is in front of me. This is my time. This is my time to go get that bucket. So what she does, and so Shanae, her back is actually turned to her defender that she should be guarding. So now, but by the time she realizes, oh, I got to guard her, it's too late. Clark is already at the basket, putting it up.
Wide open lane for her, and she takes advantage.
Putting it up. Okay, so Shanae, she got lost right there. Clark sees that no one is in front of her, and Clark just takes it up for the easy 2, for the easy layup. Okay, so let's do a little recap. So as far as Shanae's positives, Shanae is a hustler. She's not afraid to shoot. She has that sister-to-sister connection with NECA, and she can play that point forward from time to time. And she can get some transition offense going. And she, of course, has those handoff passes that are so good. All right. As for the negatives, Shanae has to defend the paint better. Okay, she has to get more agile and slide her feet, cut off those driving lanes. Okay, cutting off those defenders. Okay, driving to the basket. Too many times did she let defenders just dribble right past her with little resistance. We got to clean that up. Okay, and as much as she does rebound, I would love to see her rebound the ball even more. Okay, she averaged 5.5 rebounds this season. Shanae should be averaging at least 8. At least, come on, she's back at full strength. Okay, so she's no longer coming off of an injury. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay, going forward. Okay, so she is more than capable of doing so. I would love to see her put up those same numbers as she did in her rookie season with the 15 and 8. Okay, at least give me 10 and 8. Okay, I know she's still young. Okay, I should at least get 10 and 8 from her. That would be cool. All right, now, do I think that Shanae should be back for next season? Here's the thing, okay? I'm going to be straight up with you. We need Shanae back because Shanae and NECA are a package deal. Yes, they are. So they have made that very clear. So if we want NECA back, then we have to have Shanae back as well. Okay, we can't have one without the other. So yes, I want her back for next year. But Shanae, she also hustles. Okay, and that's a matter of will. She wants it, and that's something that you just can't teach. You either want it or you don't. Okay, and Shanae wants it. All right, so she makes sure she goes and gets those boards, and this is something that Sparks desperately need for next season. Okay, so yes, I think Chiney Ogwumike should be back for next season because we need that sister-to-sister connection with her and NECA, and the Sparks should do all that they can to make sure that NECA is happy. Okay, and Chiney, She's also great with the media. She is a media person herself. Okay. So just having her on the team, she makes for a great liaison from the players to the media. All right. And she's also, like I said, she's a part of both worlds. That's what she does. In 2018, Ogwumike, she signed a multi-year contract with ESPN, becoming one of the youngest commentators to be named a full-time NBA analyst. And in 2022, she became the first black woman and WNBA player to host a national radio show for the network. And speaking of Shanae being a part of the media, she just recently joined the ESPN's Wednesday night NBA countdown team starting next month in November. All right. So listen, congrats to Chiney Ogwumike on that. All right. So it says right here, check her out. Okay. This right here, this is the Wednesday night team. Okay, it says gonna have a new look in November. There she is with Malika Andrews and Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson and Woj right there. Okay, and they make for a really great team. They have really good chemistry. And as far as WNBA players venturing out and earning opportunities in broadcasting, I think it's great, especially if you can go and get your money. Get your money. Okay. This in particular is a great opportunity for Shanae. Hey, NBA Countdown is big. It really is. Okay. So, like I said, they have good chemistry right there. So you can check Shanae out. It says Wednesday NBA Countdown. Shows will generally air on ESPN at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So usually right before the NBA games begin. Okay. So look out for Shanae on NBA Countdown on Wednesdays in November, and she's great at broadcasting. Yes, she is. And as players and as people in general, there is no reason why we should limit ourselves. Okay, if you can do both, do both. And it seems like she balances both pretty well. And I know some people were giving her some flack this year for covering the NBA draft when the Sparks had a game that day. First of all, there was a lot going on that Thursday. I remember it. Okay, there was there was a lot going on. Okay, and here's the thing: the NBA draft literally happens once a year. Okay, and this season there were 36 games. She didn't miss a playoff game. Okay, this was a regular season game. That's just an opportunity that you just can't pass up. We have to exercise all of our God-given talents, and especially if they're going to bring us in another check. Okay, and especially if the NBA is cutting that check. Okay, then by all means, go get your money. All right. Listen, that's what I gotta say on that. Shanae, you doing your thing. Go get your money, girl. I feel it. I feel it. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. All right. So moving on to the shop. Okay. So just recently, Lisa Leslie was on the show, The Shop, and the show features LeBron James, Maverick Carter, and it centers around a round table discussion of various topics within a barber shop setting. Okay, so they have different athletes and celebrities come on every episode, and this show is actually produced by LeBron James and Maverick Carter. Okay, so this episode was titled If My Mama Played for the Clippers. Okay, and that episode dropped last Friday on YouTube. So, this episode was filmed the week of the Connecticut versus Sky Game 5 back in early September. So, this episode was filmed a little over a month ago, just for some context, prior to the WNBA finals. And last Friday, after this drop, Lisa Leslie was trending. Yes, she was. So towards the end of the show, they started to talk about the WNBA, and Lisa stated how the NBA players have been the WNBA's number one supporters, and that NBA players should be highlighted more, okay, at WNBA games. But here's the first clip as far as her saying that the NBA players have been the WNBA's number one supporters.
That I explained to them, I said, you guys don't even use our number one allies that have supported us from day one are the NBA players. I said, they tweet, they follow us, they come to our games, we don't highlight them. They are our number one allies. They have the most followers. You guys are targeting the wrong people.
So as far as the NBA players coming to support the WNBA, they do. She's right on that for sure. The NBA players definitely do support the WNBA. And I think that she's saying that we don't give the NBA players enough credit, okay, and showing that they do support the league. And because in her eyes, they're going out of their way to show support when they don't have to. So she also said that we're targeting the wrong people. So I think she wants to encourage even more NBA players to come and support the league. And I'm all for NBA players coming out to support the WNBA. I'm all about it, all for it. Okay. And as far as target audience goes, yes, NBA players should come to games without a doubt. Okay. But also the WNBA should target more women, more kids, more families. And for the kids, listen, okay, when the Sparks had camp day, the energy was crazy in the arena. Oh my goodness. So we definitely need more camp days. All right. And so as far as targeting women, I think it's going to take the women to really uplift other women. All right. But listen, we're going to get so much more into this topic with Lisa Leslie on the shot. We're going to head to a quick commercial break really quickly. Sit tight. This is Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mysterious Jax from Ladies Night Radio Show. That's right, the entertaining, fun show with cheeseman, hot topics, and just all girl talk. This show is for the ladies, so make sure you catch it every Friday at 7:30 with me and my ladies, only on TGN Latinx.
Are you trying to buy a home, car, or make other investments and being discriminated against because of your credit score? At credit909.com, our professionals can help you remove judgments, student loans, child support, medical bills, and other erroneous and negative items on your credit report. Call 800-752-9763 today for a free credit analysis and consultation, or text credit to 909-688-5461.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you The Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Emmanuel Jones, also known as Zach, the original Black Ranger. Hey, and make sure you're checking out TGN Radio. Hey.
Peace, family, brother Reza. I'm here. You already know I'm checking in with TGN Radio, Black owned, so you already know that's where I'm at. Tap in.
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net.
Hey, what's up, business owners? Are you looking to take your business a step forward? Are you looking for more people to know what you have to offer? You are in luck. The Good News Radio has a special deal for you right now. You can get a commercial slot 4 times a day, every day for a month. If you are interested, email contact@tgnradio.net for more information.
What's up? It's Brandon from the Primos Chilos radio show. Are you tired of filthy, lowbrow, scummy entertainment? Well, I don't have the solution for you. Check out the Primos Chilos radio show, live Thursdays at 12 on TGN Latinx.
Are you single and ready to mingle? Well, you may not be, but now here's your chance to purchase an all-new 30-day journal, Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. It's by me, Chanel, co-host of Brunch with Besties show. You can purchase your journal right now on Amazon by typing in Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle. Now is the time to do the work. I'm rooting for you. Go ahead and purchase your journal now. Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. Are you ready?
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Sparks Weekly with Bree and Ingram. All right. And so before we just left from break, we were talking about how the WNBA, how they can do more to target more people to come to the games. Okay. So I was saying how, as far as the target audience goes, I think the WNBA should target more women, more kids, more families. And as far as the women goes, I think it's going to take the women to really uplift the women. So some men will, some men won't, but we need more women to empower other women, even if you never picked up a basketball a day in your life. Okay, we need us women to support each other. You should still support the W because you want to see other women do great and do great things. But one of the main topics that made its way around social media was the question if NBA players should be highlighted even more at WNBA games. Okay, so let's see what Lisa had to say because she has some very strong opinions. All right, so here we go and roll the tape.
When I heard like some of the uppers at the WNBA office.
Yeah.
You spoke to them yourself?
No, I didn't. This heard from a credible source, and they said that when we come to the games, they try not to put us on the telecast as much because they want it to be shown as a WNBA game. They want the girls to be shown, and they don't want to show us on TV as much.
Terrible idea. I disagree with that.
What was their
I
response
disagree with that.
when you said this to them?
Because they changed that. They've changed that. Why wouldn't you highlight the fact that Draymond Green, if you come and watch a Sparks game, or LeBron James, obviously watch anybody's game, you know what I'm saying? It's saying that you took the time out of your day to come to watch a women's game because you value what you're seeing. It's actually it's reversed. Like, we should be valuing that. There's a million things you could be doing that's amazing. So when you take the time out of your summer to come to a WNBA game, that's a highlight.
Okay, so the NBA players are definitely highlighted at the WNBA games. In fact, they make sure to highlight the NBA players. And yes, I think the WNBA should highlight them when they do come to the games. And I love it when the NBA players come as well. Listen, they show up on the Jumbotron, they shout them out, they post them on social media, let them know, hey, so-and-so is here. So even I highlight them when they come to the games. I highlight them on this show. I highlight them on social media. I think it's great to see. Okay, it draws attention to the women's game. So it draws even more eyeballs to the W when NBA players do attend these games. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with letting people know that Kyrie Irving is here at a Sparks game. Okay, and did you see when John Morant was at the Aces game? You couldn't miss him. You could not. All right. So like Lisa said, we should appreciate that. We should highlight that because that is a highlight. It makes people say, dang, I wonder which NBA player I'm going to see tonight at the WNBA game. Okay. It gives people something else to look forward to. And then if the NBA players didn't come to a game, then people would say, oh, why don't the NBA players support the W? So you can't have it both ways. All right. However, what they are talking about on the show is that NBA players should be highlighted more at WNBA games. And it's like, do they need to be highlighted more? Why would they need to be highlighted even more is my thing. When LeBron said that the higher ups said that they don't want the NBA players being shown too much because it would draw too much attention from the women, my first reaction was, duh. Okay, I mean, it's a WNBA game. It's about the women. It's not about the men. Okay. So of course they don't want to overshadow what's going on the floor. Okay. So come on now. That's the first thing that happened in my mind was the fact that they of course show the NBA players, but don't show them to the point where people forget like, hey, we had a WNBA game here. Okay. So they shouldn't be highlighting more solely for that reason. Okay. We don't want to overshadow the players that are actually playing on the court. Okay. And my thing is, how would they be showcased more? And to what capacity? What more needs to be shown? So I'm confused on how the NBA players should be shown more because I think the way in which they are being highlighted is enough at the games. Of course, you want to highlight them, showing their support, but at the same time, like I said, you don't want to overshadow them. Okay. And Lisa also touched on what she thinks the W can do to help out the women's game. Okay. So Lisa talked about the salary with the WNBA, and let's see what she had to say right here as far as how the league can improve itself in that respect.
The WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I mean, I just think, from a salary standpoint, it'd be great for the women to be able to make more money. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. I think I saw something that said like one player that makes maybe $12 million on the NBA team could cover the whole WNBA salary.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that's kind of like crazy. And again, we're what, 26 years young, so it's not like we're comparing ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA. Maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
So I agree with this 100% that the WNBA players should definitely be paid more. Okay, so there was also a tweet that came out last week comparing the Denver Nuggets mascot's salary to Diana Taurasi's salary. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up for you really quickly. All right, here it is. It was posted by Goals Women's Sports. Okay, so what it says is that Rocky, the Denver Nuggets mascot, is the highest paid mascot in the NBA. Rocky makes $625,000 a year. Okay, and Diana Taurasi, who is a three-time WNBA champion and five-time Olympic gold medalist, is the highest paid player in the WNBA. And Diana makes $228,000 a year. And someone commented that the pay gap between mascots and elite female athletes tells you everything you need to know about how the sports industry values women. And right here, so Goals Women's Sports tweeted out the first tweet. And then, as you can see right here, Angel McCautry, this is actually her tweet. She said that I can learn to be a mascot. Listen, I'm done with Angel. I'm done with Angel McCautry. But that's the reality of the WNBA. All right. In fact, here are the top 10 salaries of the WNBA right here. So the top three are tied. So we have Jewel Lloyd, Breonna Stewart, and Diana Taurasi at $228,000 a year. Okay. So the top three are tied. And so we go down right here to number 4, 5. So 4 through 7 are also tied at about $227,000 a year. Okay. So this is all according to NBC Sports. Okay, and then for number 8, 9, and 10. So number 8, we have Natasha Howard at 221,000. We have number 9, Tiffany Hayes at 215,000, and number 10 is Chelsea Gray at 206,000. Okay, so those are the top 10 WNBA salaries. Okay, so just to recap, top 10 highest paid players, we have Jewel Lloyd, Breonna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Elena Deladon, Skylar Diggins, Brittany Griner. So 4, 5, 6, and 7, they're all tied. Okay, and number 7 is Dewana Bonner. Number 8, Natasha Howard. Number 9, Tiffany Hayes. And number 10, Chelsea Gray. All right, so now let's look at the top 10 highest paid players in the NBA. Okay, so we had number 1 is Steph Curry, about 48 million. Okay, we got John Wall with 47 million. Number 3, Russell Westbrook, 47 million. Number 4, LeBron James at 44 million. Number 5, Kevin Durant, 44 million. Number 6, Bradley Beal at 43 million. Number 7, Paul George at 42 million. Number 8, Kawhi Leonard at 42 million. Number 9, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 42 million. And number 10, Damian Lillard at 42 million as well. So there is a huge pay disparity, to say the least. Okay, and I'm not saying that the WNBA players need to be making what the NBA players are making, but one of the things that the WNBA needs to do is the WNBA definitely needs to highlight and market their own players. Okay, so the WNBA needs to do that if they want to grow. Yes, the W is a young league, but they have a model in the NBA. I'm tired of this excuse. Oh, the WNBA is young. We've only been here for 26 years. So, man, it would be different if the WNBA didn't already have a league to model themselves after. The NBA has laid the foundation, and all we have to do is follow the blueprint. And I'm talking about as far as a business model. And what the W needs to do is find ways to become more profitable. They first need to invest in themselves. Okay, they need to use the resources that they already have at their disposal, such as the star players that they already have, such as the media outlets that are already covering the W, and especially those who are diligent in covering the W. Use those resources. But here's the thing, the W doesn't hype up its own league, and it doesn't hype up its own players, which is a huge predicament. Okay, the NBA created rivalries like the Magic and Bird rivalry. Everyone wanted to see Magic and Bird go at it. Okay, they created a storyline. They hyped up its superstars. That's marketing. Okay, the W doesn't really do that. The W could have hyped up the Stewie and the Asia matchup this year. They could have done that this year, especially since both of them at the time were the top 2 MVP contenders. Okay, they were the 2 MVP front runners. Okay, for that award, and that could have been something big. This was a missed opportunity by the league. This is something that the WNBA can learn from the NBA. The NBA had talent, okay? But one of the main reasons why the NBA took off was because of marketing, okay? And so as far as talent goes for WNBA, the W has talent. Okay? These athletes have the skill set. They really do. And when I asked Candace Parker about the evolution of the game, of the women's game, she said the same thing. Okay, so let me show you exactly what Candace said. All right.
And with that being said, what part of the women's game do you think has evolved since you've been in the league, and what direction do you see it going towards?
The skills, and I think that's with opportunity and visibility. We see the skill set of the young women coming in, and it's crazy what they can do with the basketball.
She said it right there herself. The skills, and that comes with visibility and opportunity. That's what we are talking about here. Visibility. It's the marketing that the WNBA has to work on. The business side is what the league needs to work on. Personally, I would like to see a little more Showtime basketball. You know, more people getting crossed over, more little alley-oop layups, because that's what's going to draw people in. Okay, that will drive ticket sales because people like to come and see a show. Okay, and this season I saw more flashing moves. I saw more threes. I saw more logo threes. I saw more no look passes. And this is what we need more of to get more people interested in talking about the league. Okay, so the WNBA shouldn't try to be like the NBA. You know, we shouldn't try to get women to dunk. That's not the women's game. Okay, that's the men's game. Men are naturally stronger, and men naturally have a greater sense of physicality than women. I think the skill set should be emphasized for the women's game instead of the physicality. Okay. And also, what they talked about on the shop was the scheduling of the WNBA and how that coincided with the NFL on opening night. Okay, so check out what they had to say right here and right here. I'm gonna pull this up for you really quickly. All right, here it is.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing, Lisa. They making a huge mistake this week. All right, Game 5 of Connecticut and Chicago is Thursday.
Yeah.
That is week 1 of the NFL between the Rams and the Bills, and then Game 1 of the WNBA Finals is on Sunday at 1:00.
Yeah. What's up with that?
What are you saying?
Move.
That's
You can't
NFL.
have it on the opening. We can't have it on the same day as the opening of the NFL.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's an L.
It's an L.
So check this out. So NBA Commissioner Adam Silver stated in 2018 that the WNBA had lost an average of $10 million each year that it has been in existence, including $12 million in that previous season. So he was talking about it in 2017. Okay. So the WNBA loses about $10 million a year, which the NBA subsidizes. However, as I've been showing you throughout the playoffs, the WNBA viewership has increased this season and things are looking up. And we want to maximize our viewership as much as possible. So when LeBron brought up how the WNBA shouldn't schedule their games during the NFL opening day, this made sense to me. Okay. Now, this for sure I agree with. This just wasn't good business acumen because you want to maximize the number of eyeballs on the WNBA as much as possible. Okay. And according to Pro Sports Media, okay, Sunday's Connecticut versus Vegas, the game 1 of the finals averaged about 555,000 viewers on ABC. Okay, so this was the largest audience for a finals opener in 5 years. But even with this 5-year high, the viewership was clearly impacted by the NFL. The game 1 was ABC's least watched WNBA game in nearly 2 months. Okay, so the WNBA finals kind of took a dip in ratings as a whole because of WNBA scheduling. Okay, so the finals scored an average audience of 534,000 viewers, which was 3% down from 2021. So a small dip, but still a dip nonetheless. Okay, and out of all the sports leagues to compete with, you do not want to compete with the NFL. You just don't. So especially if people have been waiting anxiously for football season. Okay, so you just want to schedule around it as much as you can. All right, so now we have to move on to Brittany Sykes. Okay, so Brittany Sykes, our very own Slim, is over there overseas doing her thing. Okay, let me pull up Slim real quick. Where you at, Slim? So she's playing in Hungary right now. And so she's playing overseas, as many WNBA players do. And of course, she is doing her thing. She's playing for a Hungarian team called Sopron Basket. And on Tuesday, it was announced that she was the player of the game. Yes, as she dropped 20 points and led her team to a 90-62 victory over TFSE-MTK. Okay, and in her debut with Sopron Basket, it was reported on September 29th that Slim put up 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in a 91-81 win over TFSE-MTK as well. All right, so shout out to Slim! Yes. Shout out, Slim. All right. So, all right, let's move it along. Okay, so here are the top 15 WNBA free agents. So, yesterday on Wednesday, The Athletic released the top 15 WNBA free agents for this offseason. And two notable free agents from the Sparks on this list are, of course, Nneka Ogwumike and Brittany Sykes. Okay, but here's the complete list of the players that they have in order. So, in number one, they have Breanna Stewart from the Seattle Storm. And there's some talk of her maybe going home to New York with a Liberty. And at number two, we have Courtney Vandersloot with the Chicago Sky. Number three is Candace Parker of the Chicago Sky. And they were also saying how Candace Parker may weigh her decision based on if Courtney based on if Sloot stays, because that's her point guard. So I mean that makes sense. I would definitely have um some kind of weight on her decision to stay with Chicago or go somewhere else or home back to LA. But yeah, so at number 4 with Nneka Ogwumike, we have our very own of the LA Sparks, and technically Nneka is a free agent, but the way she was speaking in her exit interview, she isn't going anywhere, and rightfully so. Remember what I told you what she said. Okay, she said that this past 22 season was like, and I quote, living in a house you didn't build. So next year, we can build our house. I know the floor plan next year. End quote. Does that sound like someone who plans on leaving? I don't think so. All right. So number 5, we have Brianna Jones of the Connecticut Sun. Number 6, Emma Meeseman of the Chicago Sky. Number 7, Azura Stevens of the Sky. Number 8, Diana Taurasi of the Mercury. I don't see Diana going anywhere. Okay, she needs to finish out her whole career in Phoenix. Come on now. Number 9, Tina Charles of the Storm. Number 10, Marina Mabry of the Wings. She is a restricted free agent. Number 11, Isabel Harrison of the Wings. And number 12, we have Brittany Sykes. So I hear that the Indiana Fever, they are trying to get their bid in with Slim. But I say kick rocks. She's ours. End of story. Okay. Number 13, we have Gabby Williams with the Storm. She is also a restricted free agent. Number 14, Courtney Williams of the Sun. And number 15, Alicia Clark with the Washington Mystics. Okay. So those are the top 15 free agents right now during this off season. This is going to be a great off season. I can't wait to see what really goes down. Okay, so now we are moving on to Kristi Toliver. Okay, because Kristi has just been inducted into the Maryland Hall of Fame. Yes. Yes, she has. Okay. So, WNBA champion and Spark guard Kristi Toliver was inducted into the Maryland Athletics Hall of Fame over the weekend. And Kristi has been hitting big shots, since her days in college at Maryland. And she carried that over into the WNBA. She won a national championship at the college level, and she is a 2-time WNBA champion as well. So congratulations to Big Shot Kristi. All right, it is much well deserved. So I meant to shout out Katie Lou and Lexi when they were in New York at the New York Fashion Week while they were there. So now I have a little time to do so I'm going to do that. All right. So right here, Katie Lou, she walked the runway at New York Fashion Week a few weeks ago. She is a Puma athlete and she was representing Puma hoops. Okay. So I actually just attended LA Fashion Week myself. As you know, it's just what I do. All right. But so right here we have Katie Lou. She rocking the runway. Okay. She was also featured in Vogue, as you can see right here, doing big things. We see you, Katie. We see you, Katie Lou. All right. And also Lexi. She was also spotted at New York Fashion Week. Okay. So right here, she was rocking the Dorado designer fit. Okay, I love the colors right here. All right, to the left. Okay, the colors were on point, and right here to the right in the second photo, she is rocking an all black, looks like an all black corset with the free flowing bottoms. You know, she was just killing it, doing her thing. That's what she does. All right, listen, it is what it is. Great stuff from our Sparks players. And also, just real quick, since I'm already here on the website, let me just show you a little navigation. So this is the official Sparks Weekly website with Brianne Ingram. Okay, the address is brianneingram.com. You can come here, you can watch the Sparks Weekly episodes. Okay, they're uploaded, all of them. Okay, here the past episodes. You can watch, you can listen. So right here, you can go to Watch Sparks Weekly. Okay, you can go right here. It'll take you to the YouTube. All right, you can go right here. You can go to Listen to Sparks Weekly. All right, you can go. You can find all the episodes right here. All right, at brianneingram.com. Okay. So yeah, this is the website right here. So now you're a little familiar with it. You can look at the social media handles and all of that jazz. Okay, so listen, everybody, we almost out of time. We got about a minute left. We have about a minute left. All right. So listen, we had our Spark breakdown with Chiney Ogwumike, and next week we will have another Spark player breakdown for you. We got to do all the players, okay, during the off season. It's only right. Okay, we trying to get it right for next year. That's what we trying to do. Okay, so we have to build upon what we have now. And of course, we are going to be looking out for our next coach that we're going to be hiring, going to be looking out for our next GM that we're going to be hiring. I'm excited for this all season because we have to get our Sparks back into prominence. Okay, I can't wait for that day to happen, but baby steps. Baby steps, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Also, make sure you check out the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix. All right, everyone. That does it for our show. This has been Brianne Ingram. All right, Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram, that is. I will catch you right back here next Thursday at 4 p.m. right here on the Good News Radio. Thanks for listening.